In the first scene of Chucky season 3, we see that Chucky has found a way to infiltrate the White House and blend in as a friend for the president's son. I wonder what dark, twisted plan Chucky has in his mind for this season. Jake, Devin, and Lexi are still on the hunt for Chucky and Lexi's sister after the ending of last season when Chucky lured Lexi's little sister away to an unknown location. We are introduced to the first family at the White House: the president, James, his wife Charlotte, and his two sons, Henry and Grant. Henry took a liking to Chucky after he coincidentally found him at the cemetery of his brother's funeral, and Chucky's fake name is Joseph, the same name of Henry's little brother who died of cancer. What a coincidence that Chucky would know Henry's little brother's name, right? It's almost like he researched this and planned everything. After Henry misplaces Chucky, his mom asks a bodyguard to go look for it in his room. The bodyguard searches Henry's room and he finds Chucky, and when he finds him, Chucky grabs the bodyguard's gun and shoots him in the head in a way to make it look like a suicide. It's a pretty brutal first kill. We're off to a really great start in the show. I really like it. Already better than the last season. Chucky calls Jake and toys with his mind, and gives him clues as to where he's located. So Jake, Devin, and Lexi go on the search for him. They discover he's staying in the White House. After the bodyguard's suicide, an investigator comes into the White House to investigate the death of the bodyguard because he believes it wasn't totally a suicide. Lexi makes an emotional video for Grant to see, so he can invite Lexi, Jake, and Devin into the White House so they can capture Chucky, and they set up a date at a coffee shop. President's secretary goes to the Oval Office to look for Chucky, and when she finds him, he kills her with a letter opener knife. He slashes her neck completely open. Like, it was pretty brutal. I don't know if YouTube's gonna let me show it, but it was pretty brutal and nice. Private investigator finds a dead body and asks the president's wife to keep it a secret and not let her husband know that there is a serial killer in the White House. So she and the private investigator hide and get rid of the body and move on as if nothing ever happened. Like, they're not even gonna call her family or her significant other or what. The next day, the president is worried that his secretary Samantha, which was her name, did not show up to work, and his wife tells him that she was an alcoholic and checked herself into rehab. Grant invites Lexi, Jake, and Devin to the White House Halloween party, but before they get to enter the White House, Grant's mother wants to first meet the guardian of Lexi, Jake, and Devin to know if they are safe enough and PR enough to enter the White House. When the guardian of Lexi, Jake, and Devin speaks with the First Lady, they become friendly with each other, and when the First Lady steps away for a minute, leaving Miss Fairchild alone, Chucky takes the opportunity and kills her by suffocating her with an American flag. There's gotta be some symbolism there. After the First Lady and the private investigator find the dead teacher's body, of course, they decided to cover it up again. She was a little hesitant at first, but they still cover it up. We then see a flashback to when Tiffany was arrested and when Chucky and Lexi's little sister escaped and went on a killing spree all over New York, killing multiple people like a cab driver, played by the great Kenan Thompson. I think this kill was Golden Hammer worthy. You have to wait and see. There are a lot of more kills to see. I don't know. We'll see if it's Golden Hammer worthy at the very end. Chucky also kills a large group of people who were at a party. That one's going to be tough to try to find out the genders, so there might be a question mark at the end of the video on the gender number breakdown. Chucky visits a doctor because he's feeling very strange after seeing some fallen hair, and he discovers he's aging and will die soon because of last season when he was involved in an exorcism, and he's been infected with Christian magic, and it's too late to treat the infection and he will die soon. The only true way to cure the infection is to commit an act so evil with a large magnitude that not even Chucky can comprehend, which is why Chucky decided to infiltrate the White House. While being in prison and on death row, Tiffany uses a voodoo doll to befriend a prison guard and manipulates her into helping her escape and also recruit other prisoners. Tiffany also kills a prisoner who she despises by boiling her head into hot water. Really amazing kill, great effects, I love it. When Jake, Lexi, and Devin enter the White House Halloween party, they go on the hunt for Chucky and they have trouble finding him, but Chucky toys with them and shuts off the power at the White House and kills a large group of people. after dropping a giant chandelier on top of them. Chucky is furious after he killed a lot of people and the infection has still not gone away. And there's nothing else he can do. So he gives up hope, does not find enjoyment in killing people anymore, even after he kills a housekeeper by pouring bleach into her drink. He still somehow did enjoy that, seeing her suffer and die in a painful way. The president becomes very traumatized after seeing those people die, and he starts to have visions of his dead son. He starts seeing him all over the White House. He follows his son, and it turns out to be Chucky. Where do you think this is gonna go? Chucky rips his eyeballs out of his head, killing him in a brutal way. And the reason Chucky killed the president is because he wants to get access to the nuclear codes and kill the whole world, because he will die anyway and has no reason left to live, so might as well bring everyone with him, right? He doesn't give a shit anymore. I love it. After the president's death, his wife and the private investigator cover up the body and use a look-alike to portray as the president. Freaking hilarious. I love it. They use the exact same actor. I love it. The second half of the season is freaking hilarious. The first lady sees some suspicious writing on the wall covered in blood saying Chucky did it. Her and the private investigator believe it was a ghost that killed the president. Grant invites Lexi, Jake, and Devin to the White House to eat dinner. Grant questions his mother as to where his father is because she has yet to tell her kids that her father is dead. Chucky uses Henry to help him get a gun from his father's safe. Lexi confesses to Grant that Henry's doll is alive and his name is Chucky and he's a killer who's killed multiple people and that his family is in danger. So they go out to find Henry and Chucky. Chucky takes Henry to the fake president and threatens the fake president with a gun, and he wants the fake president to take him where the nuclear codes are located. Alright, we're getting serious now. Things are getting heavy. Things are getting dark. When they are in the elevator heading towards the nuclear code room, the bodyguard gets very suspicious and Chucky shoots him in the head. He then kills another bodyguard that is outside the room where the codes are located. When Chucky enters the room, he forces the fake president to activate the nuclear codes. When the kids enter the room, Chucky threatens them with a gun. Right before he's about to activate the nukes, Jake pushes Chucky to the floor, and as Chucky gets up, he gets shot and dies. But he does send a nuke to the North Pole right before he dies, because fuck Santa, right? Chucky then appears in the spirit realm after his physical body is dead, and he's in his human body. Chucky speaks to Dembala in the spirit realm and asks him for one more chance to come back to the real world, and Dembala tells him that he will get another chance if he can impress him and kill people as a ghost instead of his physical body. Dembala wants to see him commit some massacres. If he impresses Dembala, he might let him come back to life. Tiffany requests a prison guard to retrieve a DNA sample from another prison guard so she can make a voodoo doll out of him and escape prison. When the guard follows the other guard to his home, she crosses the street to head over to the house. She gets run over. Her body turns into a freaking pretzel. Disgusting. Oh my god. Yeah, some person ran her over. We never even get to see who ran her over or what or when, why. We never get that question answered. The private investigator hires a psychic to clean the White House of all the bad spirits. When the private investigator tries to get the fake president killed so that the vice president can take over, the fake president is terrified and runs away. Yeah, he should be terrified. He gets caught by a bodyguard in an elevator, and then as they're trapped in there and they're fighting, a large river of blood starts pouring into the elevator and fills up the elevator, drowning the fake president and the bodyguard in the process. The psychic and the remaining people in the White House perform a seance to communicate with Chucky. After speaking with Chucky and making him angry, he makes it rain blood in the Oval Office and electrocutes 3 people to death. Jake comes up with a plan to travel to the spirit realm and speak to Chucky. They come up with a plan to have Jake die for only 5 minutes so he can speak to Chucky, and he would be revived with a super advanced drug that can bring him back to life. Really? They have a super secret powerful drug that can have you die for 5 minutes, and then another drug that brings you back to life? Like, come on, really? Come on. This show's gone way out of hand. Because we got the whole spirit realm shit to deal with. And now people can die and come back to life in this exact situation that's very convenient. They should make up rules when it's convenient. As Tiffany is being executed right before when she's about to be killed, one of her voodoo doll controlled prison guards come to save her. He shoots and kills multiple guards, including a priest, and helps her escape. As she's escaping, one of her guard friends releases all the prisoners, and they wreak havoc and kill a guard. As Tiffany gets close to escaping, she almost gets shot by a sniper guard, and her guard friend sacrifices his life to help her escape. The sniper guard then gets shot by a random prisoner, letting Tiffany escape in her car. When Jake enters the spirit realm and he tries to talk to Chucky and ask him where Caroline is, and also asks good Chucky to sacrifice himself so that Chucky could never come back to life. It does not go according to plan, because Chucky takes the opportunity to possess Jake's physical body because it is currently abandoned. Jake tries to stop him, but he doesn't make it in time, and Chucky takes over Jake's body, convincing Devin and Lexi that he's the real Jake. The private investigator blows up the whole White House for no valid reason. As everyone tries to escape, Jake and the psychic get trapped and take an elevator, and in the elevator, Jake reveals to the psychic that he's Chucky, and he punches and beats up the psychic for a little bit, and he just leaves him to die in the burning elevator. Grant finds his bodyguard, and it looks like the private investigator hurt him really bad, and he dies. But before he dies, he gives Grant a key, and when the private investigator attacks Grant, Grant escapes and locks him in the room with the key that his bodyguard gave him, and he leaves the investigator to die. Jake escapes and reunites with Devin and Lexi. He tells them that Caroline is safe and in a big mansion with an old man. Yeah, that doesn't sound creepy at all. An old man named Wendell Wilkins, who is the original creator of the Good Guy doll. He built the actual doll. When they're in this house, Jake reveals to Devin and Lexi that he's Chucky, and Caroline appears and tells Lexi that she's not going anywhere with her and she's not abandoning Chucky. She loves him and she is his true friend till the end. Wendell Wilkins reveals the first ever Good Guy doll that he built. He's had it kept safe ever since. Caroline performs a ritual to have Chucky enter the doll's body so Jake can go back to his body. Why would Chucky do this? Why would he want to go back to being a doll? He has a physical body that is way better than a doll. He can just kill Devin and Lexi and have Jake trapped in the spirit realm. This whole part makes no logical sense. Pretty stupid. His excuse was, I didn't really like being human, so I think I'll stick to being a doll. That's who I really am. Yeah, but like, it just doesn't make any logical sense. But whatever. Tiffany arrives and reunites with Chucky. He proposes to her, and Wendell shows Tiffany in the old bride doll that Tiffany used in the past. She enters the doll's body and leaves with Chucky and Caroline in her car. Nika enters the house and finds Jake, Devin, and Lexi possessed in marionette puppets. Yeah, you heard that right. They are literally inside little puppets like Pinocchio. And it looks really disgusting. It's a very disturbing thing to watch. The CGI looks weird and wonky. That's a cursed image right there. I hope they don't show that in season 4. As Nika tries to save them, Wendell appears behind her with a gun. And that's how the season ends. Yeah. Not a big fan of the ending. So many questions, not enough answers. We don't even know if there's a season 4. There's rumors that there's going to be a movie, but we still don't know. We had 51 kills in Chucky season 3, 24 males, 16 females, and 11 unknown genders. The golden hammer for the best kill was pretty hard to decide. So many good kills, like the secretary that got her neck slashed by Chucky, or the prisoner that got burnt into boiling hot pot of water, and the president getting his eyeballs taken out. All great kills, but it has to go to Kenan Thompson, who played the cab driver who got killed by getting an umbrella stuffed into his mouth, through his throat, and to his body. Then Chucky popped the umbrella open while it was inside the man's stomach. That's very creative. I love it. So imaginative, so gory. I don't know if YouTube's gonna let me show it on here. Now the silver pistol for the worst kill goes to the bodyguard that got shot in the head by Chucky in episode 6. Just pretty basic kill. It was just a gun. Comment down your favorite kills and your thoughts on the show, and what you thought about the ending. Like and subscribe to Movie Godz to be a god. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.